All right, back here with round one of our Vintage Cube rough drafts, and we'll try this. We have our Buried Alive. We don't have any reanimation yet. And our mana, yikes. Not ideal. Not ideal. The good news is Massacre Worm could be pretty good against what our opponent's doing. We'll see. Planes for our opponent, and Qasali Pride Mage. Yeah, Massacre Worm seems like could be pretty game winning if we can get it down. Oh my god, so many swamps. Pass the turn. Well, we could also just be too slow. We can Buried Alive for Elesh Norn, which is good, hopefully. Opponent gets in, but we don't have reanimation yet. Opponent hits us down to 15. Another land. And Crucible. Alright, that's not super helpful. Well, let's Buried Alive. Get Iona, Elesh Norn, Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Pass the turn. Come on, reanimation. Or blue mana. Blue mana is good because then we can Frantic Search for reanimation. Opponent getting in for 3. Down to 12. Library of Alexandria. Blue mana. Reanimation. Alright, there's reanimation. So let's just animate dead Elesh Norn. Sweep our opponent's board. Just kidding. That's actually pretty fine. Our opponent sacks the Pride Mage, but this just sets us up for a pretty absurd Living Death next turn. And it means we're not taking a Pride Mage hit this turn. Good play by our opponent to get it in response. Opponent gets in. Down to 11. And passes. Still no blue mana, but that's alright. Living Death. And I think this will probably close it out. We will choose white. And we will pass. Because white is a color that could have removal. Not really worried about green removal. And that's a pretty good board. Opponent scoops it up. Well, Fair Creature Decks is pretty much where we want to be in this one. Pretty happy playing against random green-white creatures. Deck. Do we change anything? Maybe we go down Mesmeric Fiend for Banishing Light and just run it like that. Alright, we're going to have to ship this one. We don't have mana. Just kidding. We're going to draw blue mana. The idea was to ship this hand. Well, there is good news. That is, if we draw blue mana, this could go pretty well. Opponent passes. We draw black mana. Alright, Swamp go. Well, mana in general is good. We want to get down this Liliana. Opponent has Jorga, which is pretty scary. Definitely intended to click Mulligan. Opponent adding some manas, or counters to the Jorga. Gets in with Jorga. We draw. Alright, there's a blue source. So play an island. Preordain. Bottom. Do we want the swamp? What is our game plan here? I don't think we need the swamp. Alright, there's Necromancy. That's good news. Well, hopefully our opponent can't do anything too crazy this turn. That's a big question. Because if we can Liliana kill Jorga, then our opponent's pretty slow. And then we can start ticking up to get things in our graveyard. We're working towards Living Death. Alright, opponent has a sword. Okay, this is fine. This is really fine. Now we just get to play a swamp, play Liliana, Liliana kill Jorga, pass the turn, and next turn we can even reanimate something if we want to. Scavenging Ooze for our opponent. Ugh. Oh my goodness, opponent. I do not know about that decision. That seems like a rough one. So, let's tick up Liliana. What are we reanimating? I'm tempted to go with Sphinx. It has pro green. The other option is Elesh Norn, which shuts down non-ooze creatures. I mean, if our opponent has a removal spell, we're in trouble either way. And I guess we just take Elesh Norn. Discard Elesh Norn. Reanimate Elesh Norn. And we'll pass. Hopefully our opponent cannot kill Elesh Norn or Necromancy. That would be bad. Elesh Norn also shuts down the possibility of our opponent, alright, playing a Qasali Pridemage. Well, let's start by duressing our opponent. See what's in hand. 2 lands. We can tick up, but we need to get rid of Ooze. Well, let's get in with Elesh Norn. See what our opponent does. Maybe they just randomly chump. That would be sweet. They do not. Well, let's kill Scavenging Ooze. Pass the turn. It should be hard for our opponent to play creatures with Elesh Norn out. And then next turn, if we don't draw anything, we can Tasigur. Feels like a pretty good matchup for what our deck's trying to do. Temple Garden. One of the lands we knew about. Opponent passes. Well, get in with our Elesh Norn. And let's just Tasigur. Exile a couple cards. We can't even start activating Tasigur. But we also have almost lethal next turn. And our opponent scoops it up. Well, that was the kind of matchup we want to be playing. Our Elesh Norns are just so good in that matchup. Kind of felt like we were playing a different game of Magic. We will take it. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, take a minute and click that subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you'll find the next video in the playlist right here.